Hello again, everyone. This is Remington's mom. I am now going to show you some of our seedlings that we have planted in our little garden that we are trying to grow. Right here, we have an old radio flyer wagon that was given to us by a neighbor. We decided to plant some seeds and see what would happen. So far, everything is growing very well. Here we have California poppy. Mr. Scott spoke about one of these in some of his videos. Here we have heirloom purple basil. These are the cotyledons. Cotyledons are the first two leaves that come up in all plants. These appear before the true leaves. These ones are kind of fun because they have a purple tint to them. And this basil will end up being purple. We planted 8 spots of seeds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. On the 15th of April. Here we have radishes. The radishes are going very strong. Again, these are just their cotyledons, not their true leaves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here we have arugula. The arugula was the first ones to sprout in our little garden bed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, these are their cotyledons, not their true leaves. We have marigolds that have not come up yet. Although these might be some, but we can't tell yet if these are going to be marigolds or little weeds, because we have a bunch of these types of cotyledon leaves throughout all of our beds, so they might just be a weed. And then we have violas that have also not begun to sprout yet. In this bed of our citrus tree, we planted nasturtium. These are still the cotyledons and not the true leaves, but you can tell already that these are nasturtium leaves. They have a very unique pattern. Look at this pretty dewdrop that the nasturtium is holding on to. That is very cool. All of these are nasturtiums. Here's another one holding a dewdrop. We also have some weed leaves mixed in here. I'm going to leave these in here just because I really don't know what they are yet. We have more planter boxes filled with more seeds and many more cotyledon sprouts coming up. We have bachelor button flower. This little one just emerged. And this is fun because you can see this one is just trying to poke itself out of the soil. This will be a little bit taller by the end of the day today. Oh, look, and here's one more that is working its way up out of the soil. That is so fun. We also have sage. Here is a sage cotyledon, and this is again probably one of those pesky weeds that I'll have to take out. See the difference between the leaves? This one is more rounded. That one is more pointy. And we have lettuce. We planted 3 spots of lettuce, and they have all sprouted. 1, 2, and 3. On to our next planter box. We have spinach, cilantro, and more bachelor buttons. Here you can see the spinach cotyledons. So far they look very different than any other ones. These ones are long and tall, very similar to the California poppy. We planted 4 in this row. 1, 2, 3, 4. These ones still have their seed pods attached to them. 1 and 2. Nothing from the cilantro yet. Here we have more bachelor button starting to emerge. Every day we notice new sprouts from our planter boxes. These ones here that I just showed with the basil, with the lettuce, the spinach, the cilantro, the sage, and the bachelor buttons, we planted on April 21st. And we know that because we use a little marker that we write the date as well as the type of vegetable or flower we are planting. Here we have 2 little baskets that we planted chives, also on the 21st of April. Nothing showing up here yet, and that's okay. Plants and seeds take different times to show their sprouts, which is called germination. They take different times to germinate and pop their cotyledons up through the soil. This I already showed you all the nasturtiums. Now I'll show you, this is our little citrus tree we have called a kumquat. Here we have a mandarin orange tree. There's all the little blossoms. We are hoping to get some mandarin oranges this year. Here we have a Valencia orange tree. These little buds will turn into blossom or bloom, which will eventually turn into a fruit. Sometimes it can take a few years for a fruiting tree to actually develop any fruit. So even though we have blossoms, we may or may not get an orange. This is one of my favorites. This is a Meyer lemon tree. This is the first year we have had any buds, and there are a lot of buds on this tree. Not all will blossom. Some of them fall off. But here you can see a lot of them are starting to blossom. So we are hoping to get Meyer lemons this year. These Meyer lemon blossoms smell amazing. Honeybees and bumblebees love to hang out at these blossoms. Watch out for the spiky thorns. A lot of citrus trees have spikes on them. Here we have more nasturtiums. This is one that has just begun to emerge. These ones emerged just over the last day or two. And there's another dewdrop. That is so pretty. This is our fig tree. Our fig tree is doing okay, not great. We have one little fig that is going, but not too many branches. This could also take a few years for it to produce some fruit. This part of our garden, our small garden, I might say, is one of my favorite parts. We took organic Yukon Gold potatoes that we had bought from the grocery store, put them in our garage in a cardboard box to let them start sprouting. Then we planted them. Now we are getting potato sprouts. These are all true leaves from the potatoes. These have tiny little hairs on them. When you start seeing sprouts from potatoes, you cover them up with just a little bit of dirt. This way, they will keep growing and produce more potatoes. I will now take you into my garage and show you where I keep my potatoes that we buy from the grocery store. I am going to plant a few more soon. Here in my garage is my potato box. Take a look inside. Wow, look at all those potatoes starting to form sprouts. Look at this one. This one has little sprouts, whereas this one has really long sprouts. These ones really want me to plant them in the dirt, so I will do that today. Here's another one.